Okay, Drag Me to Hell. I saw the unrated version, and the premise is actually very, very simple. Your initial scene, you get to kind of see the results if you don't, if you get cursed by a gypsy. So this woman works at a bank. You know, she's kind of up for promotion, but so is the young, new, fresh go-getter. So she's got that little bit of pressure there. Her boyfriend, played by Justin Long, is essentially a professor. You know, she overhears him on the phone with his mother. His mother's like, there's this woman who works for Harvard. She'd be a lot better than that fling you're having with the farmer girl. Not knowing that this girl is actually a loan officer. So you have these small things working in the background. This woman walks in. She wants an extension on her mortgage again. This will be her third extension. She goes in and tells the boss, she's like, this is where this woman's living. She has no place to go. Can we do anything for her? And he's like, I'm really busy. This is like a tough call. You use your judgment. So she kind of knows that if this loan goes through and anything bad happens with it, she's not going to get the promotion, which will make her look bad in front of her boyfriend's parents. So she decides, we've given you 2 extensions, we can't give you a 3rd one. The gypsy woman, of course, then pleads for her case, gets on her hands, on her knees, begins begging and pleading. She's like, there's nothing we can do. And then later on, during another confrontation, that's when she actually curses her. And the curse is set up that within 3 days, you essentially will literally be dragged to hell. Like the ground opens up, hands come for you, and you get pulled down into hell to be tormented for all time. And what goes over the course of those 3 days is probably some of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in a movie. She's constantly tormented by things. There's a scene where she begins to kind of essentially have blood pour from her face while she's at work. She tries to go get the curse taken care of, and of course we all know what happens when you go to see what happens with the elderly gypsy woman to see if she can remove the curse. We'll see even more random things. So she gets lots of things essentially put into her mouth from this gypsy woman. From a sequence that happens in the car all the way to like the very end. This one is done ridiculously well. Nice, it's tense. The ending you kind of see coming. But all in all, Drag Me to Hell, again, this is the unrated version. For being a PG-13, they probably toned down some of the other stuff, but even in a PG-13, this was probably one of the better PG-13, sort of horror movies. And the unrated version, you can tell some of the things that happened to this horror movie probably got cut out, or were probably enhanced for this. Because in some spots, the special effects seem a little bit on the rougher side, so you can tell they were added in for the unrated version. But all I can say is, if you're a fan of some of Sam Raimi's earlier films, you can tell he has not lost a step when it comes to horror movies. So, Drag Me to Hell, very, very simple plot, but it's done almost perfectly for what you can do for this style of genre.